What is up, my beautiful Tauruses, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or North Node? What is going on, my beautiful beings? So glad to have you here. I'm hoping you guys are having a blissful day so far and sending them intentions to have a blissful week, because miracles can happen anytime, any day, boo. But other than that, beautiful Tauruses, this is going to be your overall reading of what your higher self wants you to know and what path you're being led to take currently. Now, please understand, I'm reading for a lot of you guys, so this is a general reading. So what doesn't resonate, throw out in the trash, boo-boo. If it does resonate with you, and if you enjoy spending time with me here today and want to be infused and be a part of this community, you could do so by hitting that like button and subscribing to this channel, boo-boo. But other than that, let's get into disclaimers. I'm not using any tarot, but please understand, readings should not dictate your life. My readings are not here to tell you what to do. My readings are simply here to give you guidance, upliftment, or confirmation on what your soul already knows for your best and highest good. Now, please understand, my beautiful Tauruses, I'm going to be reading some of these cards out the booklet so we could get more in depth on what your higher self wants you to know. Now, for the first pile is for your mentality, the second is for your emotionality, and the third is for your spirituality. What your higher self wants you to be aware of in your overall being and energetic self. Now, this is the overall energy that your higher self wants you to be aware of. And we're going to read that. It says universal coherence. Look at that card. Look at that light code, dude. That light code. Higher self, all about them light codes. Okay. So let's see. Universal. Oh, more on the back. All right. Universal coherence. Unity. Enter the doorway of unity. Step into the portal of coherence. Each step you take reunites you back into you. Reunites you with all. Energy is all there is, and energy is all that is. Identify the individualization of energy in all its form. But foremost, remember its original origin, for it is also yours. Tauruses, I feel like your higher self wants you to be aware of, stop being so consumed in your own inner world and start realizing the expansion of your outer world that makes up your inner world. And that makes sense with the family card here. So mentally, your higher self has already brought this into your awareness. Now, these are potentially the guides that are helping you at this time. So for your mentality, you got Lady Portrait. Oh, Portrait. Portia. Is it Portia? Lady Portia. I'm going to take it as. Divine order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Okay. And then we'll whispers here. So it's like, Tauruses, you hear an inner voice that's telling you to bring something back into alignment. And I feel that is yourself. Because you're so intertwined in the, how can I say this? It's like your soul is giving you whispers. It's giving you signals to bring yourself back into alignment. And I feel like you're having troubles with understanding that because you're so consumed within your internal stories that you can't hear the inner voice of your intuition that wants to bring you back into unity with the universe. Because when you're back into unity with the universe, you're really in the present moment. You're really here with life. You're here with yourself. And I felt like you abandoned yourself for a little while. And I feel like this is an important lesson for you to understand how not to be consumed in your way of life, but also to relish in the bigger picture beyond your internal knowing. I hope that makes sense. So you have family here. I want to read that out the book. I like this. You have belonging, community, culture, tribe. So I feel like you've been too engulfed in your own internal stories and your own internal chaos that you don't feel like you belong. And I feel like you're being led to find your soul family. That's what I'm feeling. To find a way where you feel connected to life rather than being lost in yourself. Let's see. Oh, this is number 2. Okay. So you have, within the circle of family, we discover our belonging and the freedom to truly be ourselves. So I feel like you've been hiding yourself, Tauruses, mentally. All living things on this great earth have at least one thing in common. We all come from family. We all have been brought into the world by living beings before us, and many of us will bring new life into form while we are here. Within this great evolving cycle of life, which is shared by plants, animals, and humans alike, we each have the living gift of playing our part. This card calls you to return to a sense of genuine connection to who you are and where you are from. To honor and explore the energy of family is the truest sense of the word. Not only your immediate blood-related family, but others on your path, in your heart, and in your distant past, who, like the many twigs and sticks of a nest, have played a unique roles in the weaving together of your life, dreams, and experience in this world. You may wish to visit the town you or your parents or grandparents grew up in. You may like to research your family tree or call a gathering of your elders to share their stories and wisdom from their path. I'm really sensing that you're being asked to go within your family lineage to help you understand more about yourself. Because you're meant to bring order within your family lineage. I'm feeling that. So continuing. You may feel drawn to re-spark certain traditions. Yep, there we go. Ceremonies or celebrations, or simply to come together with those you love for the sake of being together. This card encourages you to investigate the beliefs you have acquired from your family and culture. Notice what aspects support you and what aspects restrict your choices. It could be time to reevaluate any restrictions, limitations, and expectations placed on you, or any belief systems you have inherited from your tribe, your parents, relatives, teachers, role models, or friends. Does it still serve you to maintain those beliefs and conform with those expectations? Now is also a good time to reignite your sense of reverence for family and community. Seek to recognize and appreciate each individual, including yourself, as a vital spoke in the greater family wheel. Within the safe circle of family, we find both a sense of deep belonging and the freedom to be unique, to play our part in the whole simply by being ourselves. You're being asked definitely to dive deep into discovering more about yourself, but I feel like in order to do that, I feel like some of you Tauruses are that type of people where you find your power by being around people and learning from them. So I'm feeling like you need to be around people who give you a sense of safety and also to relish in what kind of environment that you want to build that's going to bring mental peace and mental clarity for you to be your best. That's what I feel your higher self is definitely leading to you mentally. Now let's get into emotions, because this is pretty deep. You have nothing but feminine energy here, Tauruses. So I'm feeling like you're being asked to tap into your feminine side, which is your intuition, which is unity, which is love. You're too much in your masculine. The masculine is the logical mind, which is could be led to selfishness and trying to control everything. So you're being asked to mostly surrender into what your spirit needs rather than what you think you need. So let's get into emotions. Now you have hope, love, and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choosing loving thoughts. And that's yellow. So that's solar plexus. And you have axe your soul. And then you have creativity, imagination, expression, originality, passion. So I'm going to read the middle card, axe your soul. Because I'm feeling like your higher self wants you to be aware of the type of people you want to have in your environment, but to also not leech yourself on them to the point that you're in their frame and you don't have a sense of frame within yourself, a sense of self for yourself. Meaning that find meaning with who you are rather than meaning from your environment. And I feel that this is why I asked your soul, because I feel like you're not getting clarity and trusting your own decisions. But you have asked your soul wise questions, create wise answers. Something you have asked for will soon turn up in your life. Every time you request something, you plant a seed in your quantum field or vibrational reality where it begins to grow and move towards you. This is how we create and expand consciousness. Asking is the first step in any creation. It only needs to be about 10% of creative process, but somehow most of us make it about 90% if we don't see any evidence or desires coming into existence. We keep asking. This holds us in a place where the answers can't be heard. What you desire is on the way. You only need to ask once. It doesn't matter whether this is out loud or in your mind, because the universe interprets vibrations, not words. So I feel like emotionally, you guys been so in your world mentally, because it's like there's a certain way you want to live your life. But emotionally, your higher self wants you to be aware of the fact that you need to love and accept where you are, that made up who you are as a person, and really honor your worth, honor the value that you hold as an individual that brings so much to this world and to life itself, because you made it this far. And you're being asked to ask your soul to bring you an alignment, an embodiment of who you need to be in order to receive what you have been asking for. And I feel like a lot of you Tauruses have been impatient and waiting to receive something, but it's like your higher self is letting you know to gain clarity on what steps you need to take. Ask your soul, because I feel like, let's be honest, Tauruses, I feel like you've been asking and wanting something particular and you feel like it's going to fall on your lap. But with creativity here, it's like your higher self is asking you to tap into your emotions, because your emotions bring you back into yourself to learn and discover what your soul is made up and the potential it has. And when you can tap into that, you will ignite your passion, and that passion will give you creative ideas and answers in order to work with spirit to bring about what you have been asking for. So it's like your higher self is letting you know it's time for you to create the environment to receive. So you're being asked to accept where you are and get creative and help yourself and help spirit to bring about what you want to bring to fruition. But anytime your higher self is letting you know, anytime you feel lost, anytime you feel like your emotions are overwhelming you, those emotions are bringing you back to you to question what it is you need to know at this time that is going to best suit you within actions that you need to take. And sometimes most of those actions are asking us to be creative or to rest, so we can allow ourselves to recuperate and to move forward. So it's like your higher self emotionally wants you to accept where you are. But understand, you have the power to create what you want. You just have to tap into that. Go with your imagination and express your truth. It's like you guys know what you need to do, but it's like you keep questioning. It's not like you're questioning. It's like you're doubting where you are and the steps and the action plans that you need to take, because you're trying to control how things must be, but you're being asked to love and accept where you are, because you're exactly where you need to be, as you need to be, because you're learning a very deep lesson that is going to help you gain the clarity to take the next step forward. And also I'm getting with this creativity card, it's like you create the limitations for yourself. So if you believe that your soul is not being heard by the universe, you're creating that. You're creating that through your imagination, and you're expressing that through the universe. Now, if you want to receive what you're asking for, you have to embody that, but also dive deep into what does your soul authentically want, rather than what you think you want. Because when you can tap into that, there's going to be creative expressions that come up that are going to move you to take action, to be able to prepare yourself for outcomes that are going to lead you to what you've been asking for. But I'm also getting that be flexible, because it's like your imagination is probably bringing up action steps you can take, but you're not following them because you think it needs to be a particular plan that you need to follow. But all it is that creativity is fluid. It's the feminine energy. It comes and it goes, and you need to catch it at the perfect time because that's your intuition leading you to where you need to go. So be flexible and fluid because your higher self is sending you a lot of emotions that are leading you to express them in creative ways. That really is your authenticity. I'm hearing a lot of your Tauruses are artists. Maybe you draw, you paint, just a lot of art. I'm just sensing a lot of artists. All right. Now, emotionality. We were just on that. Spiritually, you have Bridget, inner strength. So you're definitely got a lot of feminine energies trying to lead the way for you because I feel like you're too much in your masculine energy, which is logical, which is trying to control everything. And I feel like you're getting impatient trying to control everything. And this is why this is causing disalignments. But where you are right now is teaching you a powerful lesson. And then with Bridget here, you have inner strength. Move back into wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. You have the power, Taurus says. Excuse me, guys. I'm like uploading videos at the same time. Okay. And then you have focus here. And then you have choice. Free will, courage, willpower, change. Your higher self wants you to focus on your inner strength. Your higher self wants you to focus on your strengths at that. Spiritually, you doubt yourself as an individual. And I feel you need to understand that everything that you've been through in life was really powerful lessons to teach you how to take those lessons and turn them into an opportunity for you to embody a version of yourself that can receive what you never had before. So it's like your higher self wants you to focus on the choices that you're making because you have the free will to make choices based off of what your soul is calling. It's like you Tauruses, it's like you have troubles listening to your wants, but you listen to your don't wants more. And it's like your higher self is saying spiritually, you need to focus on what you want. Because your wants is where your strengths are. And it will give you the strength to be able to go after what you want. But I feel like you guys don't think you have the choice because maybe you have families, or maybe you have a kid on the way, or maybe you think you don't have enough money to do this. It's like your higher self really wants you to focus on the choices that you're making, meaning that what intentions are you setting? Are you having the intentions of making a choice based off your limitations or your empowerment? Now, let's read the choice card. It's really, really calling to me. All right. This card is an encouragement for you to realize how much power you have through the choices you make. Sometimes we choose certain things because of familiarity or subconscious patterning. Sometimes we feel like life is happening to us when in truth our life is playing out exactly how we are choosing it to. Choose to make your situation better and more positive, and instantly that higher path will begin choosing you in return. Choose to let go of the patterns of behavior that hinder your well-being, and you will make room for higher choices to come through. Look at the outcomes of your current choices, the energy of your relationships, your job, health, daily routine, the way you spend your time. Which of your current choices support your highest vision for who you want to be and the life you truly came here to live? Which choices do you not? Which choices do you not want to make? Choose a goal that you would like to achieve. Start with a small one if you like. Plan how you will meet this goal and every day make a choice about how you will stick to it. This until it comes to fruition. When we remember that we have choice, life becomes an exciting world of opportunities, simply waiting for us to pick which ones we choose to experience. Step out of your comfort zone. Try something new. You are holding the reins of your life. Choose who you want to be and how you want to live today, and ride. Okay. Your higher self really wants you to focus on entertaining the best possible outcome. Because then you'll focus on your inner strengths that will help you create those outcomes. And you'll be able to trust in your choices and have the courage to keep making choices and to keep taking risks. Because that will bring you a sense of more joy of going after what you want rather than staying stagnant and staying where you don't want. Hence what the card was saying. It's like, make choices based off what you want rather than what you don't want. All right. Tauruses, you're a fixed sign. It's hard for fixed signs to make different choices in life, but your higher self is really nudging you. Take the risk to make different decisions, because different decisions will bring different outcomes and results rather than the same ones you're doing. So it's like your higher self is leaning you to detach from your old ways of being, to see who you can potentially become. But you're fearing making these choices because you're a fixed sign. You think things have to be a certain way in order for things to happen. But it's like your soul wants you to be fluid. Hence, feminine energy. Feminine energy is all about fluidity. It's like you're being asked to tap into your feminine side because your emotions are going to guide you better than your mind. All right. All right. Well, let's see what your higher self wants to say. Higher self on my Taurus is in the collect. Oh, that was quick. Can I get one for emotions and then one for spirit? Thank you. Okay. I'm definitely feeling that. Okay. So mentally, your higher self is saying, I would trust my gut feelings more. That physical feeling of discomfort is trying to tell me something. That's interesting. So I'm looking at family, and what I'm getting here is that you need to trust that when your mind and your emotions, your heart, are in alignment, meaning that if they're both singling you to listen to your internal voice, you're being asked to go within that. And I'm hearing that if you're around family members that talk a certain way, like for example, like, oh, I'm broke, but you don't believe in that, but you're around that energy and you're feeling in your gut, like, why am I around these type of people? Why do I allow these type of words to come through my vocabulary or to come through my energy? It's like you're being asked to be more aware of your internal self, because discomfort is from family and from the old version of yourself is bringing you back into divine order. And what that means is that there's a lot of lessons that are going to be learned from going within that discomforting feeling. And that discomfort is trying to teach you how to shake up the foundation of your family lineage into what it is you want to create as a legacy for your life and for your family. Because it's like you're wanting to live an authentic life, but your higher self is letting you know you have to listen to that discomfortable feeling, because those discomfortable feelings are really the resistance. And that resistance is here to teach you, why do you have resistance towards going after what you want and listening to your own calling? That resistance is going to teach you how to get to the root issue of why it is that you are resisting. And you can remove that so you can create and plant your own seed of how you want to be and live, rather than listening to your family or listening to your friends or listening to society. It's like you have whispers here. So it's like, listen to the whispers of your soul, because it's bringing you back to your true state of being. All right. Now your higher self is letting you know emotionally, I would not feel guilty for treating myself today. I so deserve it. Taurus, your higher self really doesn't want you to fear going after what you want. And the only reason why we fear going after what we want is because we have been taught to believe that we can't find stability in what brings us joy. But your higher self is letting you know what brings you joy is your stability. Oh, that's deep. What brings you joy is your stability. Allow your creativity to be expressed. Allow your authenticity to be expressed through your creativity, because that is your soul speaking to you, and that is your authenticity speaking itself to the world. And that in itself should be loved and accepted, because that is your worth. Don't deny or abandon your worth. Choose thoughts and emotions that are going to bring about the best version of yourself, because that is where your true happiness is expressing yourself. Now, spiritually, your higher self is letting you know, I'm giving my best today. I'm showing up. I'm trying, and that's good enough. Taurus says you don't need to figure it all out at once. Your higher self is letting you know spiritually, that making an intentional step towards what you want is much more easier than trying to get things all at once with a fearful heart. So your higher self is letting you know, set intentions each and every day for your actions, and know that they are good enough. And when you feel that they're good enough, and you see the strength that you put into that very detail, for example, if you want to write a book and you know that you need to start. So if you have a plan that I'm going to write one chapter for 2 hours, set the intention. An intention is an emotion that you add to it. The emotion of, I'm going to get this done and I'm going to feel accomplished and it's going to be good enough. And it's like your higher self wants you to set intentions towards your goals and your plans and realize they are enough. And when you show up fully into putting your best into that, that is more than enough. That is more than putting so much effort into everything and feeling like it's not good enough. Because your choices, your intentions towards your choices are giving you the courage to see your strengths and for you to be more focused on what you want to achieve. And when you can focus, have clear intentions and focus, and having courage in yourself and faith in yourself, the universe rewards people with integrity. And that's what your higher self wants to do, is to reward you with what you've been wanting. But you need to put effort into that and show up fully with divine confidence. All right, my beautiful Tauruses, that's all I have for you, what your higher self wanted to share with you. If you got any clarity, any upliftment, and if you like this spread, please let me know your feedback in the comment section below. I really love hearing from you guys. Other than that, if you want to book your own reading or healing session, all the information is down in the description box below. And if you enjoy spending your time with me here today, and want to be a part of this community, you can do so by hitting that like button and subscribing to this channel. And thank you so much for trusting me on your journey. Other than that, my beautiful Tauruses, good things are coming to you until you allow yourself to learn what your emotions are trying to teach you and to surrender to a bigger plan than your own. And just know that you have the power to create what you want once you allow yourself to let go of who you think you need to be. But other than that, my beautiful Tauruses, I will see you on the next one, and only love. Namaste.